Good morning, good evening, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. I am Tim, and reuniting with me once again for the GP2 series is my co-commentator, originally from GP4, Oliver. How are you doing?
We're back, Tim! Reunited once again! Yay! Let's go! Can't wait!
There are three things in this life that you can guarantee I'm coming back. Baby, Shady, and Tim and Oliver. And we are back, my friend.
We've reunited and we're in a new we're partnered in a brand new division, GP2, with some old faces from GP4. I can't wait for this, man.
That's right. Calvin, I think he ran a few GP4 races before getting moved up. Of course, Sonic Hawk up there, he has been a staple in GP4 for the past few seasons. He's made the jump up to GP2. That is how fast he is, skipping an entire division. And then, of course, we got some newcomers, or not necessarily newcomers to the league, but some that I just have not yet had the pleasure to commentate a race with. And, of course, Luke Bailey, I know him from a previous league that I've commentated for. So we just have the whole cast of characters.
And we've also got Cara as well, our reigning GP4 champion, not defending his title by any means. So we won't be seeing Cara defending his title, but he will be facing Sonic Hawk again. So that's going to be really fun to watch.
And that's going to be very interesting indeed. Of course, as you mentioned, Oliver, last season in GP4, it was, for the early part of the season, and for most of it really, it was Cara versus Sonic Hawk. And there for a while, we thought that Sonic Hawk was going to be able to walk away with the championship lead and win it. And then all of a sudden, here comes Cara just out of nowhere to eventually claim the GP4 title.
First car on track, Aston Martin Macaulay. In the Aston Martin green colours.
And they are so beautiful, and I'm glad that the first race of the season was a night race. Looking at that gorgeous metallic green just feels so right. It might be because I'm a Sebastian Vettel fan, but make no mistake that that car is beautiful.
Arguably one of the best looking cars on the grid. I mean, there's a lot of... To be fair to deliveries this season, the teams in real life, they definitely smashed out of the park with deliveries, like AlphaTauri and Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo. I mean, even the Williams car, even though it looks a bit F1 2021 liveries you can get on the podium pass, but it still looks like a lovely livery. The Haas one, a bit questionable, I know, But most of all, I think the Aston Martin in Formula 1 with that green is definitely looking something special.
And something about it, it really does just feel right to finally have Aston Martin back on the grid. I know that a Canadian billionaire bought him out, and some people might have their questions of whether or not you could technically call them Aston Martin, especially since they have been Force India, they have been Racing Point, they've been so many teams technically throughout their history, but this is officially Aston Martin. Lawrence Stroll has a very significant stake in Aston Martin, so he has the right, I think, to start that team, and I'm glad that he is, because he is giving Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel a great chance at a F1 career. Sebastian Vettel, of course, already a proven champion. Lance Stroll, possibly a future champion. Of course, he's the owner's son, but I don't think that he has not earned that ride necessarily. I mean, he certainly, he knows his place. He stays out of the way when he's slower. When he's fast, he's going to try to race.
So on the track here, Bahrain, we both raced on it now. You at GP5, me in GP3. Definitely a different characteristic track to last season's game, would you say, Tim?
I think that the cars just handle a lot differently. Now, that corner that you just saw Macaulay go through right there, that is actually where my race ended, and a lot of drivers' races have ended. That is the auto spin curve, but you don't even have to touch the curve to spin around that corner. You have to be so very careful and get your line precise through there. And that final corner right there as well, that is a difficult corner to take, because if you use that curve on the inside, then you have killed your lap time. But if you go too wide, you've also killed your lap time, and not to mention how easy it is to go wide in the final corner. But Macaulay has set the fastest time now,
Not anymore. Coast Cab has come through.
Yes, the Aston Martin's 1-2. No, now Lozak. 125.5 for Lozak in the Alfa Romeo. He has got the time to beat right now, so 4 drivers setting times to beat, and they're all in the 125s, are they not? Except for the 126s below. Sonic Hawk sets a 126.5. Calvin's sets a 126.7. All the drivers coming in now. Let's see what Luke Bailey sets a 128. Let's see if this Mercedes of JD...
Oh, Senna third in the Ferrari.
Good job to Senna.
Now, with Senna, have you seen his helmet? Did you see the global chat he posted with his helmet? It goes with his namesake. It's actually fits it on the Senna helmet on, the yellow and green. Suits him. It really does.
I'm looking at it now, and that is beautiful. It looks like he's went ahead and went with the gold color, but that does look nice.
Got Mercedes coming through, which is JD Goulet. Morris goes second.
Oh, Goulet only goes 12th, or no? That is 12th. A 130.466. Morris, as you said, going second quickest. Chain Game Wow, a 128.4 just now on the medium tires. We'll take a look at Gadabo. He is on his outlap, so we'll take a look at his McLaren teammate of Demmer. Demmer taking the final corner now. He will set a lap time. Will it be
Lozak
quick
fastest. Lozak fastest. 125.349. And Demir goes into P10. Let's have a look at Stock C9. Another GP4 driver, Stock C9.
A lot of the drivers,
it
seems, have made the jump to GP2 from GP4. They're skipping an entire division. Stock C9, of course, I believe he won Monaco last year in GP4, or last season.
Yes, he did.
So I guess if you can win Monaco, that means that you got to go to GP2 now.
Here comes our GP4 champion Kara is on his lap now from Greece.
Now these S's are very tricky. You saw that he did not upshift into 6th gear. He kept it in 5th gear through the corner, got very close to that curb, almost spun it, had to correct it, so that's already going to lose a lot of lap time for him. Now this very tricky turn 10, it's infamous. Everyone knows it. Everyone hates it. You might even cry when you go through it, but Kara made it look easy. A great run down the straightaway.
Nice exit there from Kara. Beautiful work from him there. Now going into turn 11. Now going towards turn 12. Nice and precise from him. Now turn 13. This is where the track will fall away from you. Pinpoint on the throttle. He's got McLaren in front of him. That was going to give him some handy slipstream as well for Kara. Really good for him there. And the final 2 corners of 15 and 16. We got the names wrong. It's actually Omir, not Demir. But I know. Our bad spelling. Our GP4 world champion goes to P5.
125.711 for Kara in the Red Bull. Only 4 drivers left to set a lap time. Let's take a look at Gadabo. He is on a flying lap now. I believe that was the McLaren that we were talking about a minute ago. And he gets a decent run out of turn 10. A little bit of a wiggle, but he hangs on to it, goes down the straightaway. This is a nice DRS straight, using that esports line to enter into this uphill section. A very tricky section. You hit that curb. Be careful. Now here's the auto spin curve. He takes great care to avoid that curve. Very smooth. And now down the straightaway, no DRS here. And I tell you, I don't know about you, Oliver, but it kills me not having DRS down this straightaway. It'd be so helpful if we did. And through the final corner, taking a very wide exit, using that curve to straighten out your line down the straightaway, activating the DRS one final time, crossing the line, 11th quickest, a 126.2.
Cassidy is on a lap now in the Alpine. I have to say to him, that McLaren, such a joy to drive last night for me. Such a pity that I had to finish 7th after a spin that I caused on myself. But all in all, I really enjoyed driving that McLaren last night. Such a joy.
But the important thing is you got points on the board, and that is what matters. Let's see if Cassidy gets points.
I'm very, very happy with the performance last night. And Cassidy goes 4th.
Impressive. A 125.6 for the Alpine. another new team that's on the grid this year, Aston Martin and Alpine, of course, formerly known as Renault. Go ahead and take
And Lotus, another one.
Yep, and Lotus.
Shoyab's on the lap now, in the AlphaTauri, inverted coloured AlphaTauri as well, with the white wheels.
Great looking AlphaTauri for this season, and I like that they put the number on the halo. It's just a nice added touch. Numbers on these Formula One cars are something that is just not easily visible, I don't think, even though we associate drivers with numbers. So I'm glad that they put it on the halo so that you can see it when you're in the TV view like we are now. A little bit of
Shoyav getting on.
Yeah, a little
looks
bit of
a very tiny
ginger
lap on
entry.
it, isn't it, Tim? It's like a very tiny lap for Shoyab.
Yeah, it looks very tidy, but it might also be a little bit slow. It looked like he was taking it very easy in the uphill section. Let's see where his time ends up with everyone else. He's got one final corner to go. He might get a little bit of slipstream off of this car ahead of him, though. That could really be beneficial. Just barely clips that curve, just kisses it. Now going down the straightaway, activating the DRS. Shoyab goes
Calvin goes fastest!
6.
Calvin goes fastest! And Kyle Robb goes fastest in the Haas!
Stock 9 on a lap now. He's in the third sector. Let's see if he can go fast. It's just over 7 minutes to go. We still have plenty of time for these times to be beat, but Stock 9, the final driver to set a time, won't be that driver for long. Activating that DRS, crossing that line. Stock 9, he goes to 12th place, a 125.817.
Wow, close time to the moment, but look at that. Kyle Robb, 59. Chenge Wow goes second. Unbelievable that from him.
Now we have Lozak on a lap. Lozak just now entering the second
Oh,
sector.
he's backed
and he
off.
slows down.
He's backed off. Look at the traffic in this final straight in. They want to find space to make the lap because he's stepping on another car. Yes, it gives you slipstream, but also gives you very dirty air as well.
That it does. Shoyab looks like he is on a lap. We'll watch him in the AlphaTauri again.
Senna's a 10 faster it's on his lap, Tim. It's just coming on the final
and
corner.
he invalidated.
Senna goes 7th. Who's invalidated him?
It was Shoyab who invalidated his lap. He was going for a faster lap and did not work.
X-Gamer goes second. X-Gamer from Belgium in the Ferrari goes second. The all Belgian pair, I would say, in Ferrari as he goes to second.
Max Oris in the Red Bull, currently 15th quickest. He's on a lap. He might have some slipstream. There is traffic ahead of him, though. The McLaren moves over. Good sportsmanship there.
Very tight qualifying so far, Tim, would you say?
Incredibly tight. 125.0 is the pole time at the moment. A 126.9 is the slowest time, and all the drivers have set a time. That's what I feel is more impressive. You know, sometimes you get a driver that they just can't jump in time for qualifying, or they just don't want to. But we have all these drivers setting a time, and it's as close as it is.
Look at that Max Heroes now that you're watching, Tim, so hopefully that he's going to get a slipstream from Morris in front of him. Hopefully that's not going to create any disturbance. And we've got a 24 for Lozak! 24.9 for Lozak. Pole position for the Alfa Romeo driver.
And Max Arias, he goes 6th quickest, a 125.438. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Can anyone beat Lozak's 124.9? That is an impressive lap, Oliver.
First guy to be in the 124s is Lozak, so that's an impressive time from the Alfa Romeo driver on 2 laps old soft tyres. Now it is a good time, but that might shot him in the foot as well because the tyres around here don't last long. Especially the softs, they only last like 7 laps on heavy fuel, 7 to 6 laps on heavy fuel. So that's a very big thing to talk about as well. It's a very high-tech circuit here in Bahrain.
It really is. This place just eats the soft tires. I was actually going to say that I don't believe that we're going to see a driver go more than 8 laps on the soft tires, but I think that 7 is definitely the round number. That was the number I was wanting to pit on to change my soft tires in my own race. So 7 seems to be that lucky number with those soft tires. We'll see if anyone decides to stretch it out any longer, but really, if you go longer than 8 laps, then you're just hurting yourself after that.
Oh, indeed so. It's something else. Godolbo 3/10 faster than his previous in P18 that ran now in the McLaren. And Godolbo goes into P, still stays in P18.
Looks like we have Senna on, well, not Senna, Calvin, excuse me, on his out lap. He's just now entering the 3rd sector, so he will start his flying lap here in just a moment. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the qualifying session. Not long to beat Lozak's time. This man right here in the Williams, he might just be able to do it, though. We're going to ride on board with him for the entire lap and see just what this man does. And we are allowed to turn on the telemetry for qualifying, so we'll go ahead and do that as well.
Don't sound like a bad idea at all. You go watch Calvin. I'm going to keep it on Cassidy, who started his lap as well.
Going down this straightaway, you're going to want to break it just before the 100-meter mark, about the 110-meter mark. Take a very tight entry into the first corner, and then turn in very early in the second corner. Just keep it steady through turn 3, and then you have the DRS zone before you break right about there. Another
Cassidy's
tight
out.
corner.
Cassidy is out. He is crashed at the S's section as his qualifying done.
Oh, now that is a shame. 13th quickest, a 125.6 for Cassidy, and now he is out of the qualifying.
And Calvin is going well, 43 thousandths faster than his previous. Looking good at the moment, Calvin. Constructors champion with Rage Hunter last season in the Haas team.
Oh, he slowed down, though.
Has he slowed down?
He just burped the throttle down the straightaway. So I think that he's going to lose a lot of time from that. I don't know why he just burped it.
Yeah, he's got 3/10 down. Yes, you are right.
I would have expected it a lot more time difference than that, but apparently not.
Luke Bailey's on the lap, Tim. He's just about to come towards the last corner.
Let's try to find Luke Bailey here in just a moment.
Luke Bailey goes P11, 25.5 for the Alfa Romeo driver.
Good job from Luke Bailey, just outside of those points. Of course, he can make up those spots in the race. A lot of drivers on the out lap. We have Ghost Cam on a flying lap. Just now started his flying lap. Approaching turn 1 now. Very hard braking in that Aston Martin.
Stock 9 also on the lap as well. He's just about to come towards the end of the 2nd sector. So it's going to be very interesting how that Williams driver is going to crack on. As Ghost Cam coming on, Tim.
Just now entering the 2nd sector as well through those downhill S's.
Of course, drivers retiring in the pits, of course, because they are running out of time in qualifying.
Watching Stocksy 9 now. He's in sector 3.
17,000 slower. He needs an almighty final sector. The leaders are now starting their flying laps.
But 17,000s, he can do it. Through the final corner, here comes Stocksy 9 in the Williams. Will he improve on his lap time? He's going to have to. He's only starting 17th. He crosses the line, and he improves slightly. A 125.6, good enough for 16th. Let's take a look at the Aston Martin of Ghost Cam, now in the 3rd sector, going down this very long downhill straightaway. Through the final corner, very heavy braking into 3rd gear. And as Ghost Cam crosses the line, will he improve? No! Still 8th place, a 125.5.
Right, leaders. First one is X-Gamer. He's about to enter the final sector, and he's got purple. X-Gamer's got purple, but he's gone wide on the front and towards the final 2 corners. Has he lost in time, I wonder? X-Gamer's going to find out all to do in the final 2 corners.
And X-Gamer, does he do it? No. 3rd place.
Lozak's next.
And Lozak improves on his time.
Well, Colin Robb, can he defeat 24.8? Because Colin Robb will not do it. But it's a great final sector. Fantastic. Chain game, wow. No, he can't do it.
So does anyone else have anything left? Here comes the Red Bull of Maxilrus. 7th quickest so far, 125.4. He's going to have to give it all he's got. It's going to be close. He might be able to improve, though. He's going to cross that line. It's going to be a 125.1 going to 4th for the Red Bull.
Sonic Court's next.
The boss man crosses the line, and he goes to 3rd. A 125.1.
Oh, Sonic Court, that is disgusting.
Good job to Sonicock. Fair play,
Oh,
my
and
friend.
Ghost Cam has lost his front wing. Wow.
And I believe that what you see is what you're going to get. This is going to be your official starting lineup for the inaugural GP2 race of Season 9.
It is. Well done to Lozak. 24.8. That is a monstrous lap. Well done to Lozak.
Am I hearing rumblings of Lozak to GP1?
We're going to see what happens in GP4 in GP1 tomorrow. We can't wait.
So your official starting lineup for the Speed Force Racing GP2 Series Bahrain Grand Prix is Lozak in first, Carwin Robb in second, third is Sonicock, X-Gamer in fourth, Maxwell Russ in fifth, sixth is Chain Game Wow, Shoyab in seventh, Calvin in eighth, ninth is Ghost Cam, Senna in 10th, Dim Kara in 11th, Luke Bailey in 12th, 13th is Trench Morris in 14th, Cassidy in 15th, Stoxy 9 in 16th, Macaulay in 17th, J.D. Gillay in 18th, G. Dabo in 19th, and Omer 97 in 20th place. The two McLarens at the back of the field. Unfortunately for them, perhaps they can work together, find their way to the front. And here, momentarily, we will be going green.
So, is that time, Tim? Podium time. Podium predictions.
You're right. You are exactly right, Oliver. And I'm going to have to go with the easy choices, especially since it's been a while since I've seen some of these guys race. I'm going to go in any order. Lozak, Sonicock, and you know what? I'm just going to throw him in there because he's pretty cool. Senna.
Oh, that's a good shout. Me, I will go for... I'm going to go for Kara, Sonic Hawk, and Senna.
So you're thinking that the GP4 champion is going to get himself a podium today?
I think Kara's got the pace to, yes.
Well, we will find out in 29 laps, plus a formation lap, assuming that there are no safety cars anyway.
Tyres will be a very interesting choice as well, Tim, not to mention. And we're going to have a look at the tyres now. And the two McLarens are on the hard tyres at the back. So the McLarens are really playing safe, Tim. Go for the one stop.
And considering that they qualified all the way back there, I support that strategy wholeheartedly. They have absolutely nothing to lose. They're nowhere close to points at the moment. Why not take a gamble and go out there, and best case scenario, you wind up with a good points day.
I would say so. Just chewing on an apple.
Now, Oliver, do you remember from our GP4 days what we would call that McLaren strategy?
The Psychomich strategy.
Exactly. They are doing Psychomich things in our very first race. You almost would think they're doing it for us.
And wasn't Psychomich's last team in SFR was McLaren?
Actually, I think it was the Haas.
I swear it was McLaren.
I really don't know, because I remember him driving the Haas. So you might be right on the McLaren. We're going to have to go back and look at some of these races. All I know is, okay, for the GP2 viewers that don't know what we're talking about, there was a driver in GP4 called Psychomich. Every single race, without fail, he would start on hard tires, and he would try to go that reverse strategy, going from hard to softs, or hard medium, medium, or hard medium soft, or whatever the track called for.
He's always go for the conservative strategy, isn't he?
Exactly. And some of you may be thinking, well, why would he do that? Like, did it work for him? It actually did. He never got a win. He never got a podium with it, but he did get close to a podium in Brazil one time. He got some wing damage. That, of course, ended his chance at a podium, but he was so close to making that strategy work for him and actually pick up some good points, maybe even a podium. And for
little
whatever
insight
reason, he
as
had
well,
to step away.
Tim. From my race last night, we had a driver last night named Scar Adams, and he actually went with the hard tyres at the start, and the safety car came out on lap 21, and he was in P3 and got to the soft tyres and got a very good result out of it.
So that reverse strategy, it can work as long as you make it work. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck and a perfectly timed safety car, but make no mistake, just because those McLarens are starting in 19th and 20th.
So Tim, you ready to say your magic words once again for the first time in Season 9?
Yes, I am. The drivers finding their appropriate positions on the grid, and the nerves are setting in. They are ready to go just as soon as the rest of the grid is placed. And here we go. The drivers, they are watching the lights. You hear those engines revving. You hear those itchy pedal feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in the air. No red lights. We are green for the Speed Force Racing GP2 Series Bahrain Grand Prix. Already a shuffle in the back. The Red Bull dropping back way far. That is Kara, actually, the GP4 champion. Lozak with an early lead into turn number 1. The Haas of Carwin Robb battling very closely behind. And then we got Sonic Hawk in the Alpine battling
Incident!
with Red
Senna
Bull.
almost lost it! Senna almost lost it, but he caught it! Great save!
And Sonic Hawk in the Alpine running in third here, just behind him, though, there is a two-wide battle. It looks like it's between the two Alpha Tauris. That's Chain Game Wow and Shoyab. Those two teammates trying to battle it out.
Great work, and actually a good, relatively clean start from the GP2 guys. Very good, no incidents at all.
Calvin Racing in the Williams back there in 8th place, trying to put pressure on the Alpha Tauri of Chain Game Wow. Ghost Cam in the Aston Martin. We're right on board with him. He's trying to put some pressure on Calvin. Senna, as you said, in 10th place there. He's having a great start, just trying to keep with the pack.
So, after lap 1, I can tell you now, after the grid order position change, Cassidy and Macaulay have made 4 places at the start. The biggest loser is Kara, down 6 places.
Yeah, there was something that happened on Kara's start. I looked up and I saw a Red Bull just twitching and wiggling and moving all around the track. Very lucky he didn't actually get hit by anybody.
And here we go. The lobby glitch has started. How fun.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It would not be one of these races if it was not for that. I found out about that while I was racing in GP5 on Monday, and I was a bit disappointed that it wasn't fixed, and I hate that we have to deal with it. But Lozak, make no mistake, is still the leader, but
X-Gamer's in problems! X-Gamer in problems! He's lost it! X-Gamer's lost it!
Oh, that's a shame for X-Gamer, all the way to the back of the field for him now.
And the McLarens are in as well. The hard tire strategy is ruined as well. Oh, what a shame.
Going on those mediums, trying to extend that first stint as long as possible. I wish I could say that there was a scenario for them that they could go to the softs. And look at this, actually. The McLaren of G. Dabo has, I assume accidentally, switched to the intermediate tires.
Hammercat moments confirmed. Oh no. That's a killer, and that's unfortunately his race over and done with. If he doesn't get lapped, that is.
Unless a safety car came out right now, then he could pull into the pits, put on the proper set of tires, and maybe be okay. But you cannot bet on a safety car in this league. These are top-class drivers. They've kept it clean so far. Just an unfortunate mistake from G. Dabo there.
Look at Colin Robb really slipstreaming Lozak. He's really trying to get into a slipstream, but looks like Lozak has got a real good straight line speed in his Alfa Romeo, doing a very good job back there.
Lozak really has a hold on this racetrack, and I've been watching the time interval between him and Carwin Robb. Carwin was very close there about a lap ago. He was within 0.4 of a second. Lozak saw that, and he kicked it into high gear, and now he just will not let up. Lozak going to try to dominate this race in that brightly colored Alfa Romeo, the beautiful red and white. We'll ride on board with Lozak for just a quick moment so we can see what he's doing through turn 10. Turn 10 is a very crucial corner. I wholeheartedly believe that while a good entry into turn 1 can set you up for success on this lap, if you kill turn 10, then the rest of your lap is done no matter what. And it was a nice, easy entry and exit for Lozak through turn 10. Carwin Robb gaining a little bit on him that time. Lap 3, not sure if the DRS is active this lap or not.
Yes, it is. DRS is enabled because Max Cirrus is got the DRS on Sonic Hawk, but he doesn't get past him this time.
Well, good.
Look at the two of them in front, though. Really pulling away from Sonic Hawk and Max Cirrus. They're really putting out a gap right now, about a second or so. Almost 2 seconds, looks like it.
They really are, and I think at this point that those two are almost working together. Carwin Robb, he has got a really good run out of this final corner, though, and he's going to have the DRS to save him as well. He might be able to make a move here. He's got the fastest lap, a 128.7. He's got the slipstream. He's going to look underneath him side by side into turn number 1. Carwin Robb makes the move, but will he stick? No, he will not. Lozak battles back hard on the inside. Through turn 2, up through turn 3. They're still side by side. Beating and banging. Lozak might have the DRS. They're still going to be side by side. Carwin Robb has the DRS. And Carwin Robb, for now, will get the position.
Great racing. Them two had much respect for each other going through turns 1, 2, and 3. Knew each other. They were there. And that was fantastic racing. Great respect for the both of them. Because they knew what they were like. Going into the first three quarters going to be like, and I'll tell you now, fantastic racing from the two of them. Brilliant respect from the both of them.
There might have been a little bit of tiny contact, but you are right, Oliver. There was a lot of respect shown from both drivers. At any point, one of those drivers could have just drifted into the other one, and then boom, 1 or 2 of their races would have been done. But instead, they just keep it so clean, have respect for one another. Sure, they might not have liked that. Lozak probably didn't like that he was losing a position to Carwin Robb, and he probably didn't like that Carwin Robb was able to keep with him. But that's the thing. You have to give room. You have to be respectful, and that's exactly what we saw.
So we got Lozak now. Is this his turn now to take down Carwin Robb? But has he got enough urge to do it, though? That's the thing, because that's the thing in this game. You've got to really save the urge, and Carwin Robb is moving extremely to the right there to break the toe, and it's worked out for him beautifully. Beautifully worked strategy for Carwin Robb.
That was great defending for Carwin Robb, going to the inside so that Lozak could not do the same move that he pulled on him. Lozak trying to get the DRS down that straightaway, though. He gained a lot of time on Carwin Robb. Now through the Lozak spins, he's into the wall. Oh my goodness, and Lozak has wing damage.
Just to save the car. Unbelievable save, but you can't be alright. The front right end plate is missing. That's a killer. So Sonic Hawk will have a bullseye opportunity now to overtake Lozak.
That is a shame for Lozak. Definitely not what he wanted here. He was running in second, and now he's going to be demoted probably to last place because he's going to have to pit and change that wing.
Great, you had to say that that car was looking like half spinning, but what a catch that was. Only to break the front wing a tiny bit was something to behold. That's brilliant.
It was a very impressive save from Lozak. That I'll give
First penalty of the game, JD Galley.
What a shame. JD Glay down there in 18th, already having a rough race, and now he has to deal with that on top of it all. And now that Lozak is starting to drop back, we're starting to see a lot of traffic here. So the AlphaTauri, Chain Game Wow, going past Lozak now.
He took him to the
trying
pits.
to get in the pits.
Chain Game Wow blocked him in the pits. Few mind games there for Chain Game Wow. Beautifully worked. There goes Maximus. He's trying to get past Chain Game Wow, but Chain Game Wow blocks him off.
Maximus very fast in qualifying, as we saw. Not a podium sitter, but certainly a fast driver and possibly a podium finisher at the end of this race. Currently battling for the podium position with Chain Game Wow. Just behind him is Chain Game Wow's teammate of Shoyav. So it's an AlphaTauri, Red Bull, AlphaTauri for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. A Red Bull sandwich, you could say.
Battle of the Hondas, would you say, Tim?
Exactly. 3 of the 4 Hondas in this field. And wait a minute, is that Calvin in 6th place? It is, except he's in the
you can never count out Calvin in any race, Tim. You should know that by now.
No, you never count Calvin out. I just looked up and saw that he was very close to Shoyab. So it's the battle of the Hondas and the Williams.
And an Alpine and Sonic Hawk in the Renault power car.
Sonic Hawk in second after Lozak unfortunately got the wing damage, but Sonic Hawk is 3 seconds behind Carwin Robb. Is there a scenario?
Calvin looks close. Calvin looks really close to Shoyab.
He thought about making a move on the inside, couldn't make it stick. Uses a little too much curve through that final corner. That really hurt him, and now he dives down into the pits.
No, is he going to try the undercut, is Calvin? That's a very early stop for the softs. Quite an early stop.
Yeah, I think he pitted at least a lap early.
JK was having a little look. Oh, he's got the drive. And gets past Sonic Hawk. Beautiful move from Chain Game.
Good job, Chain Game. Wow, move him up into second. Now Maxwell is just behind Sonic Hawk. He's going to have a look at him.
Oh, Morris has gone off. Morris has gone off. The Mercedes are not having a great day.
Oh, and Sonic Hawk, he clipped the curb a little bit. He had to correct, so that's going to open the door up for Maxwell to go around the outside, trying to do the crossover move. Sonic Hawk defends so very well. But Maxwell, he might have him down the DRS straight here. Let's see how they get along through turn number 10.
All down
Sonic
the traction.
Hawk not as stable as the Red Bull, but down this DRS straight. Sonic Hawk got a great launch out of turn 10.
Yeah, all about traction. Sonic Hawk was very smooth on the throttle with the overtake mode on, and that gives him an almighty launch out of turn 10 to keep hold of his position. Really good driving there for Sonic Hawk there.
Take a look.
This is great. This has been a great race for the returnee drivers of Chain Gang Wow and Ghost Cam, because them two have been out of SFR for a good long while, and they look like they haven't missed a beat, Tim.
It certainly seems like that second
Top
and
tie runners are
sixth
pitting.
to Carwin Robb pits. And that will put TR Trench up into second place now because of all the drivers that pitted in front of him. Before that, he was having a very good battle with Senna, who decided to pit and go for the medium tires. Now, here's my question, Oliver. Are these guys going on the soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium strategies?
Well, not for Ghost Cam, because he's fitted the hard tires on.
So Ghost Cam trying a one-stopper around here.
It's going to be very interesting because Morris has gone onto the hard tyres as well, so that's going to be very interesting to see. Close fight going on the front, Cassidy and Macaulay.
Alpine versus Aston Martin versus Luke Bailey in the Alfa Romeo. The AAA battle here down the straightaway through turn 10. Very close the Alpine was to getting into the back of the Aston Martin.
They're trying to weave, Tim. They're trying to weave to break the toe. But the drivers are so smart about it, they are not going to give an inch.
No, definitely not. And you wouldn't really expect them to. You just kind of have to... Oh, my goodness!
Oh,
the Williams of Stocksy 9! Was that who it was? Yes, he's in the wall.
The same corner that... It was the same the cars out. The McLarens are back in the race.
So many drivers this week.
You were a victim to that, Tim.
I was, and it looked very close to what Stocksy 9 did. Stocksy did not hit that curb. He just got too loose. And look, he's on those medium tires. I was also on the medium tires. Going through that corner, gave it a little too much wheel, slid right into the wall. Unfortunately, the GP5 admin, Simo, she did a very similar thing. Not sure what tire compound she was on, but she spun in that corner and she hit the wall. A lot of drivers this weekend, or this week rather, have became a victim to that corner, and Stocksy 9 is just the latest one to fall.
And Vicious shift the pack up as well, Tim. Oh, JD Galen drive through. Oh, no. Ouch.
Now, he got the first penalty of this race, and now he's got the first drive-through penalty of this race. Really, it's not the kind of first that JD Calais is looking for.
No, not really, no. But this has really shifted the pack up, because now these drivers in front have got a chance now to win this race. It's really shifted the pack up, because Kyle Robb now, he was leading the race, of course, and JK Wow, he's now on the hard tyres now, going to the end. TRT Trench is going to is on the mediums. Macaulay is on the softs. He will have to stop again. Calvin's on one lap on mediums. Sonic Hawk's on no lap mediums. This could be a very interesting strategy because if you think about it, Macaulay's on and Cassidy and Carr, they'll definitely have to stop again. But the likes of Shane Gainwell and Luke Bailey are definitely within a chance to win this, to get a very good result. And Jaden Gillespie is getting absolutely hammered with penalties at the moment. Not been the day he wanted in his first drive for Mercedes.
Yeah, you're right about that. And Luke Bailey, as you said, as well as Shane Gainwell going on those hard tires. I think that strategy depends solely on us not having any more safety cars, because then they will have to pit, and then at that time, it's no longer, that you have the benefit of track position after pit stops. You have to pit for soft tires if you have them, and then you have to just outright race your way for that position instead of using the pit strategy to kind of catapult you up into first place. But if we can go green from here on out, as you said, Shane Gainwell, Luke Bailey are sitting very pretty. Unfortunately, those medium tire runners will definitely have to pit as well. The soft tires, there's no question about it. The mediums, maybe you could make them last, but I highly, highly, highly doubt that they would last that long, and it certainly wouldn't be beneficial. So the only drivers at this moment that can go all the way is Shane Gainwell, Luke Bailey, Ghost Cam, and yes, Lozak Morris, as well as the two McLarens.
Guess what, Tim? Our 520 subscribers here in Speed Force Racing. Thank you so much for subscribing. And we're at the beginning of the season. Please subscribe for more, and we'll be getting 24 weeks of action. 24 weeks of racing, Tim. My God, that's gonna be something.
Yeah, 24 weeks of racing, that is almost half a year of racing. I mean, of course, Christmas is in between that time, so Christmas and Thanksgiving we will probably take a break, but otherwise our season's going into January or even February. And if you're a new subscriber just today during this stream, this is our first race of this season. GP2, well, our first set of races. GP5 was Monday, GP4 was Monday as well. GP3 was yesterday, GP2 is today, and then GP1 is tomorrow. GP5 is at 7:30 UK time on Mondays. GP4 starts at 8:30 UK time on Mondays, and then all our other races start at 7:30 p.m. UK time. So if you don't get enough racing after today, you can tune in tomorrow to watch GP1. If you still haven't had enough racing, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to wait until Monday.
At the Circuit de Catalunya. Now, Tim, you're a GP5 driver. How do you feel racing at the Spanish Grand Prix circuit of the Circuit de Catalunya? Feeling confident?
I'm dreading Sector 3, honestly, Oliver. Sector 3, it is a pain in my rear end. It is just awful. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But I think I'll be okay in Sector 1 if I can get through the S's.
Oh, late call for the safety car is coming in this lap. That's a big... That caught out a lot of drivers out. And Carmen Roberts launched it. That was a very late call for the safety car.
He gained a lot of spots, and now he drops 3 wide down the front straightaway between SFR Sonic Hawk, Macaulay maybe, and Calvin. Contact! Calvin in the middle of the 3 wide sandwich, and the Alpine is still dropping back. 2 Alpines riding together. The Williams trying to get around as well. There goes Calvin. Sonic Hawk stuck in the middle. Cassidy along with him. Still 3 wide down the straightaway. The Red Bull versus the 2 Alpines.
God.
And G Maxilverse goes wide, and he gets the spots. Sonic Hawk and Cassidy are the big losers on that.
Wow, what a restart that was. And none of all of that, Tim, the Hasses are 1-2. Unbelievable things. Aston Martin's and Luke Bailey running side by side. They're going side by side towards turns 9 and 10. With Eskin around the outside. Can he make this move work? Yes, he can. Great move it was Eskin with Senna. I apologise. Senna in the gold helmet has gone through on the outside of turns 9 and 10. Great move.
Oh, and X-Gamer got very close to the front wing of Lozak through that corner. Lozak did a good job at avoiding him, but now Lozak tries to fight against Ghost Cam, and he holds off Ghost Cam for the 14th position. He can set his sights back on X-Gamer, but Ghost Cam, he's got his sights set on that Alfa Romeo of Lozak.
And look at Macaulay on the back of one of the Haas cars. That's TRT Trench and Macaulay. Macaulay trying to make those soft tyres work out in his favour. He's going down the inside of the main straight. And now he's on the chase for Carwin Rob in the other Haas car. Calvin, it's gone past Chen Gainwell. And look at Cassidy down with a big massive dive bomb on Maximus. Beautiful stuff. And look at Cara. Look at that. The two old GP4 guys are finding out Sonic Cork and Cara fighting out once again. Oh my word, this is a race and a half. Oh, and look at showing up down the inside of Cara. This is fantastic stuff. Then they're going to the SC section now, and this goes wheel to wheel. They're going bargeboard to bargeboard, and look at Senna down the outside of Shoya. This is a great move. Senna with a fantastic move on Shoya. Wow, what a section of corners in Sector 1.
Good job to Cara. He held on to it very nicely. I honestly thought that they were setting themselves up for disaster going side by side through those S's, but somehow, some way, they made it work. Cara wins out for P9 so far.
Wow, what a section of corners that was, Tim. I was almost lost my breath. Wow.
And Macaulay, he goes wide, but he's still chasing down Carwin Robb. No time penalty for Macaulay yet. They're approaching the final corner. Let's see if Macaulay can get a good run down the straightaway to get around that Haas machine.
He needs to. He needs to make the soft tire work, and he's making it some great dividends now.
A 1:28 for the fastest lap of the race for Macaulay, and Carwin Robb is dancing all over the track.
Safety car, JD Galay's out. JD Galay is out. Safety car. It's been called once again.
And Macaulay is probably cussing underneath that helmet behind the wheel of that car. He was making the move on Carwin Robb. Carwin did everything he could to break the slipstream, and Macaulay was not having any of it. He was going to make the move into turn 1, and the safety car comes out right as he's going around him.
And also as well, he will be cussing as well because he's on no soft tyre. That means he has got to pit for another set of tyres because those soft tyres will not last him the rest of this race, not by a long mile. So that means TRT Trench will get back in second place again. Calvin will go to third. JK Wow will move up to fourth. Wow, would you say to that safety car restart? Did the game call the safety car way too late there on the main straight?
Yes, it was way too late. It caught a lot of drivers off guard. So they're really about right here is where we should have been notified. You know, going through this set of sectors or this set of corners right at the beginning of Sector 3 is when we should have been notified that the safety car was pulling in. So apparently there is a problem with relaying the information of when the safety car is coming in to the drivers themselves. And I hate that that's what's going to probably kill some of these guys' races. But Macaulay's, he was coming into the pits there for a moment.
He dummied it, didn't he?
He did,
but
and so did Carwin Robb.
Cassidy is not going to take any chances. So is Maximus. So they're all coming in. And so will Shoyab. And Luke Bailey, ex-gamer as well. Omia will move up to 12th. In the McLaren. Good job, Godobbo and Amir as well. Well done to them for staying in the lobby, man.
Yeah, well done indeed. It would be so easy to just pull in and retire the car, but they stuck with it, and now McLaren has a chance to get some points in this race. And we're going to see a lot of medium tires on these pit stops, which you can see now. All those medium tires on the graphic there. The soft tires, there's no way that they would be lasting this long. But because of the safety car, theoretically it'll be about 2 to 3 laps from now before we go green. That is the perfect window for those medium tires to work, as long as we don't have another safety car. If we have another safety car, it will depend on who has fresh softs.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. So Chege Wow, Lazak, and Morris, they don't have to stop again because they're on the hard tyre. They can go to the end, and with the safety car, they will extend that stint. Macaulay and Cara, they will definitely have to come in. I'm surprised they didn't come in at that point, I would say, Tim, just to get onto a fresh set of mediums. I am surprised.
I am too, but maybe they know something that we don't. Macaulay, he cannot go the rest of the way on those soft tires, at least not comfortably.
Oh, there we go. That's sensible.
Yes.
It's now coming in.
That is what we need. Safety car is in this lap. If any driver was not notified, hopefully they're watching the broadcast. Safety car will be pulling in this lap. McCauley on those soft tires, he might be able to get a good run, but he's going to have to pit before too long.
So from Cassidy downwards, they have fresh mediums, so they've got work to do to get back up to the spots. What is Conor Robb going to do with McCauley right behind him? Oh, he's teasing. Teasing. Oh, here we go, we're green.
Oh, and here goes McCauley around Carbon Robin. Look at that, the Haas was trying to help McCauley go around his teammate. It didn't work for the other Haas, though. It's McCauley, Carbon Robin, TRT, Trent.
It was 4 wide in the background as well. There was 4 wide in the background as well with the Ferrari, Lozak, and everyone else. There were 4 wide in the background. Sonicor's losing places with Cara down the outside. Cara coming through. Sonicorn and Amir. And look at this. They got make contact. That's Cara and Sonicorn. Cara and Sonicorn make contact.
Oh, and Sonicorn gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is not right. He was caught up in a wreck. He did not exceed track limits. He did not cut the track. That is, I'm calling that right now. That is wrong. I can't use the words that I want to use, so I'm just going to say that it's wrong.
Oh, no, you'll be cussing in every word under the sun.
Calvin in 4th, though. He's having a good run right now. He's getting close to TRT Trench. Calvin, he might be on for a podium today in the Williams. Lap 15 of 29. We're at the halfway point, more or less, so we are ready.
McLaren down! Omer spun!
And that's just a shame for Omer there. I mean, the McLarens, they've not had a good day. Gadabo, he's still got a chance at some points here, but how long is he going to be able to last out there? He can go to the end on those tires, or at least he should be able to, but will he actually be able to make up the 3 positions
Lozak and Chain Game. Lozak and Chain Game. Lozak down the inside. And Lozak gets the position off Chain Game. Wow. That's the hard tie runners fighting away. But can Chain Game get the position back? No. Lozak's got this. I think Lozak's got a front downforce. Front no downforce. Look at this. Senna down the inside of Chicken. Wow, brilliant move, and Shoyab takes over Cassidy. Great racing for GP2 tonight.
These races, they are just to the wire right now. This is insane. Let's go back and take a look at Maxorus. He's got a good view of the battle between Shoyab and Cassidy just ahead of him. That's for 8th and 9th positions there. Looks like Shoyab is going to win out, at least for now. Cassidy having to fall back in line so he can properly take turn 10. But which one gets the better run down the straightaway, the Alpine or the AlphaTauri? Maybe it's neither of them. Maybe it's the Red Bull of Maxorus. No positions gained that time around. Maxorus very hard on the brakes, a little bit of a slide into that corner, losing some ground to the Alpine of Cassidy just ahead of him. The Alpine of Cassidy trying desperately to stay close to the gearbox of Shoyab in that AlphaTauri. He might have a chance at him into turn number 1. We're going to have another DRS zone here.
I tell you now, this is one of the closest opening races I have seen in Speed Force Racing. This has been a fantastic opening race for these guys.
So DRS is now enabled. That gives Cassidy a chance to get to Shoyab, but it's not going to happen this time. Shoyab looks like he might have also had DRS from the Ferrari of Senna. Senna having a great battle with Chain Game. Wow, that really hasn't ended. And now here goes Senna with the DRS on the inside of Chain Game. Wow, those medium tires prevailing over the hard tires. Move Senna up into 6th and move Chain Game. Wow, alongside of Senna. Through the S's, are they going to be side by side? No, they're not. Senna hangs on to it, hangs on to 6th position. Chain Game, wow, has to follow him through. Looking on the outside, not going to make it work this time. Through turn 10, there's going to be no pass for position, but there might just be a pass once they get down to the end of the straightaway. DRS is coming up. We'll ride on board Chain Game. Wow, if he can get a good run out of this corner, he will be able to get around that Ferrari, but I don't think it's going to happen. His teammate is Shoyab. Did he get a better run?
I'll tell you now, Lozak's in a really good position for a very good result, possibly a win here, because he's on the hard tyre and he is absolutely rocking at the moment with those hard tyres on.
And Lozak, he was the pole sitter. He had the fastest lap time. He had some wing damage after he lost the lead. So he has had to recover tremendously through this race. He has had to overcome adversity to come back to currently run in 5th place with a chance at a win, a chance at a podium regardless. If he keeps it clean, it looks like he's going to get some points.
Here goes chain game once again. We've got Calvin on the inside of Trench. Calvin goes way too deep. Trench has got that switchback on the inside. Baker's Calvin on the inside. No, who's going to get the traction? Calvin down the inside of Trench. Side by side a drag race towards turn 4. Can Calvin make it? It's banked door wheel to wheel. Very close with a thin piece of paper. And Calvin, can he get the move stick? No, there's still bargeboard to bargeboard. And Calvin has to concede the place to TLT Trench. Wow.
Impressive stuff from the Haas and the Alpine. Meanwhile, Sonicok has set the fastest lap on soft tires. If he can somehow get into 10th place or better, then he will get the point for the fastest lap, but that has yet to be seen if that can happen. Down the DRS straight, it looks like TRT Trench got a much better exit than Calvin did, so Calvin can do nothing but watch that Haas disappear.
Macaulay's soft tyres have burned. Look at the gap between Kyle Robb and Macaulay. You can tell the soft tyres are burned.
And I think that Macaulay is banking on a safety car here. He really should have pitted for the medium tires. I don't know why he didn't. The only good news, the only possible saving grace for Macaulay is that Carwin Robb will have to pit again as well. But he's going to have to pit a lot later than Macaulay will. Already 8 laps on those soft tires, and Carwin Robb making a move on Macaulay into turn number 1. Does he make it stick? Yes, he does. Macaulay just let him go. He knew he couldn't fight with him.
Calvin and Trench are fighting again.
Calvin's got the move done. Move him up into 3rd. Trench back to 4th, but Lozak, he's joining this battle now. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Senna Martins with a 3-second time penalty. What happened to Senna? And we have a virtual safety car. Will it turn into a safety car? This could bode well for our leaders. It is a safety car.
Macaulay has got enough luck, the most luckiest of lifelines you could ever think of. Wow.
It is official. We have found Jimmy Johnson's golden horseshoe. It is in Macaulay's Aston Martin.
And it has to be an Aston Martin, hasn't it?
Macaulay just got the biggest break of this race, maybe the biggest break he's ever gotten in SFR.
What are they going to do now? Are they all going to soft tyres? Because X-Gamer and Maximus, Ghost Cam, Godobbo, Cassidy, X-Gamer, Luke Bailey, they all stopped. All ready for mediums. What are they going to do?
I think if you've got the soft tires, you have to go on a new, fresh set of softs. There is no scenario where you do not do that. When we go back green, it's going to be about 7 laps left of green flag racing. That's really the only option is soft tires. If you don't have a new set of softs, put on a new set of mediums. And if you don't have a new set of mediums,
stayed out. Nozak has stayed out on the hards. Why? Why would you do that? But you know what? He's a risky driver. Why not?
But look at how many drivers stayed out behind him. That could actually help him out a lot.
But to say about as well, Tim, the soft tyres don't last around just around 10, because on low fuel they can last 10 laps. They can last 10 laps. Around 10 to 9 laps maybe. It's going to be tight. I think the medium for time runners will probably get an advantage. I don't know, Tim. This is such a close race. We don't know.
Normally, I would agree with you, Oliver, but I think that Lozak just has the pace to hold those guys off as long as he gets a good start. That is going to be very crucial. He needs to get a good start, and then I think he will be able to hold these guys off, because those medium tires are just going to get worse. I mean, they got 5 laps on them right now. They're obviously not the softs, but they're not going to last very long. Those hard tires, they're right around their window to where they're coming in and they're starting to feel pretty good. But maybe a little bit past that window at 10 laps, but the safety car is going to help Lozak out with that. So, and with Lozak being as fast as he was today, the only driver to make it into the 124s, I truly believe that he'll be able to hold him off.
We got a few comments coming in. We got Martin Kelt saying, amazed everyone hasn't went fresh meds. Paul Doris says, safety car drama, indeed. Jeff Barron says, come on the Belgians, Senna and X-Gamer. And Colors the God saying, look forward to rejoining SFR after a few years out. Colors the God will welcome you back to SFR with big massive open arms, my friend. But well, Tim, are you ready for the final lap shootout? And you know the funny thing is, Tim, look at the McLarens. The 6th and 7th. Well, one of them was Godamo stayed out. But the McLarens, after all the drama they had during this race, they're in the fight for the point still.
Omer drops to 16th after pitting, but yeah, Godamo, as you said, he stayed out. He is in 6th at the moment, 6 laps on those medium tires. If he can just keep pace with everyone else, he might have a good shot at getting points.
Any last minute predictions, last second predictions, Tim, before we get underway? Any last minute predictions?
I think Maxilrus might actually be on board with the podium. We've seen him today, and we've talked about him quite a lot. That man has some speed in that Red Bull.
Martin Kelso, Colin Robb for the win from 8th place. It could happen, Tim. It might.
And he is the first guy on those soft tires. And Carwin Robb is probably one of the fastest drivers in this race right now, with the exception of Lozak. I do believe that Lozak on raw pace is just a little bit quicker today, but Carwin Robb has really been the only driver that has been able to challenge Lozak outright without having wing damage. So that could be a possibility. I don't think we're going to get another safety car after this. The laps are just too close together. So unless it happened right as we went to the restart, I don't see that happening. So Carwin Robb is going to have to get a good launch out of the final corner there when Lozak decides to start, of course. And he's just going to have to go hard and run a bunch of qualifying laps.
Yeah, you're all right. To Lozak, it's definitely set the car up. The most perfect of setups for this track. You're all right. Lozak has built a very good setup for that for the Alfa Romeo. As the safety car is in this lap, Tim, are you ready for the final few lap shootout?
I am ready, but the question is, are these drivers ready? Perhaps most importantly, is Lozak on the hard tires ready to go? He is going to be the control car. He gets to decide when this race starts, as long as it's before the start-finish line. And does he get a good run out of the final corner? Not yet. He's playing with it. He's playing with it. He's playing with it. The safety car goes in, and we are green. And no, he did not get a good start. It's Cassidy that's going to try to challenge him on the outside. X-Gamer trying to go on the inside. It's side by side into turn number 1. Lozak versus X-Gamer. Lozak fighting hard on the outside. He's going to have the preferred line through turn number 2. Some contact, though, between the Ferrari, and now Cassidy fills that hole. Lozak drops down to 3rd. X-Gamer in 1st. Cassidy in 2nd place. Ferrari versus Alpine, and now Cassidy trying to make it Alpine on top of the board, but X-Gamer throws a block on him. Approaching these S's now, they're going to have to be very careful. It's going to be so easy to get into the back of one another and send them spinning off the track, but X-Gamer gets a great run through those S's. Cassidy does not. Lozak, he is just stuck in the middle of an Alpine and Red Bull sandwich. It is just super anticlimactic for Lozak. He is dropping back at this point. He's just going to have to scrounge and scrape for a podium.
So, what happened is Lozak got the timing of the safety car all wrong, went way too early, and that cut his speed down for Cassidy and X-Gamer to really pounce on him. Really. And with X-Gamer Cassidy now in 1 and 2, this could be a very close finish.
I find it very peculiar that the safety car was so close to him when it pulled in. Because usually we see a lot bigger gap. So that driver
I interrupt you, Tim, but here comes Carl Robb on both of the Aston Martins.
Aston Martin's running nose to tail. Carwin Robb just trying to use the slipstream to get around them, but it's not going to work because the Aston Martin gave the DRS to one another. Oh! They make contact into turn number 1. That's not what you're supposed to do to your teammate. Macaulay goes on to 5th. 6th place is Ghost Cam. Not sure if there's any wing damage on these cars.
Wow. How on earth did the two Astons have not made contact? That's unbelievable.
And Colin Robb is battling
Robb!
with the Aston Martin of Ghost Cam, and there's some contact there. Oh, that was close. I thought Ghost Cam was going off into the dirt. Colin Robb makes the move on the inside now. There's going to be side-by-side.
There's more
Colin Robb
behind.
finds his way through.
Look at the battles behind here. Godolphin and Calvin. Chicken Wow and TRT Trench. They're going right down the
and
side.
Calvin just made up 2 spots in turn 10.
What a
move. Calvin up into 7.
What a fantastic move! Calvin, take your hat down! What an absolute ballsy move!
We're 3 wide going into this corner, and it is going to be absolute chaos. TRT Trench was trying to put it 3 wide. I thought for a minute that it was going to be carnage. Somehow the drivers got through. Lozak with a 3-second time penalty. Trench still battling with the McLaren and Dabo. Oh, and Dabo forces him wide, and now Trench just has to hang on to it, and he does hang on to it. But he's dropping back. Omer goes around him now. Morris up there ahead. He was involved in that as well. So Omer is just right there in 12. Trench is dropping back. Kara is now battling with Omer, our GP4 champion, battling with Trench and Omer. And look at Trench just trying to push Omer down the straightaway, looking on the outside. Omer spins the inside, and now look at Trench. He overshoots the corner, but does he make it work? He actually did. He got the move. He got the position on the McLaren. TRT Trench move him up into 12th. His race is not over yet.
Oh, contact between Godolphin and the Aston Martin.
And Trench split the middle like it was the Red Sea. Trench moving up into 10th. The McLaren is out. We have one more McLaren left in this battle, and he is in a 3-car battle for that final points-paying spot, or a 4-car battle, rather, between Trench, Omer, Kara, and Sonicok. Sonicok, after an abysmal race, still has a chance at the points here.
Unbelievable. What an absolute blasting race this is as Morris gets past Jane Game. Great move from Morris. Moves it up to 8th. Carwin Robb is still all over McCauley's backside in the Aston Martin.
Meanwhile, X Gamer still leads over Cassidy and Lozak. Lozak starting to get closer to Cassidy, though. Well, oh my goodness, and Carwin Robb went off the track and hit a sign. He stays in it, though, and now he's got a nice run on McCauley. Contact between the two.
That's aggressive. Wow.
But into turn number 1, which one is it going to be? Someone's going to have to give. The other one's going to be the taker. And neither of them give. Both of them take. Still side-by-side battle.
And it's still going at it. And Kai Robb is ahead. And Lozak has gone past Cassidy into 2nd place. But with that 3-second time penalty, that can still change.
There's a battle ahead of them between Maxorus and Cassidy. And Lozak involved in this battle as well. Carwin Robb on the back of Maxorus as well. So it is Haas versus Red Bull right now as they approach turn 10. Who's going to get the better line through? Carwin Robb tries to cut it very tight.
Oh, Calvin's done it again. Calvin just went underneath McCauley into turn 10 again. Wow.
Calvin's favorite corner definitely turns in. Contact! McCauley! Calvin cut down on him, spins off the front.
Oh, you know Calvin's not going to be Calvin's not going to be pleased about that.
No, he is not. He gets it turned back around.
Look at Carwin Robb! Maxorus and Carwin Robb! Carwin Robb's into 4th now!
Lap 25 of 29, 26 of 29, 3 laps to go when they get to the line.
Can Carwin Robb do it? Can he?
It's going to be so close. He has got 2.4 seconds to the leader. Oh, and look at the Alpine of Cassidy trying to make the move back on Lozak. Lozak got into the back of him. He might have some wing damage too. Carwin Robb
and he's in problems as well. And here comes Carwin, and he gets him. 3rd place for Carwin.
And now the Haas driver looks for Cassidy. He's going to try to get around him here. He can't do it through the S's, though. His next opportunity is going to be out of turn 10.
He needs to get this move done. Oh, no! That went off. Lozak's gone off. Lozak's gone off.
And Ghost Cam with a 3-second time penalty as well.
Kai Robb needs to get this move done quick and proper on Cassidy.
And he's going to do it.
Going to.
There goes Carwin Robb on the inside, making it
Turner's
look easy.
gone off.
Move him into second.
Virtual safety car. Did he get the move stick? Did he get the move sticker over Cassie? He has. Oh, X-Gamer is going to be in all sorts of problems because he's got one very fast task right behind him. Unbelievable stuff, Tim.
And this virtual safety car gives a very, very quick chance for those soft tires on Carwin Robb to cool down just a little bit. A few corners with less stress on those tires might just do him enough favors.
I can't believe this race, Tim. What a season opener for GP2. Unbelievable.
I would say the best you could ask for, and it's not even over. We still have 3 laps of racing to go.
A driver penalty for Omer. Oh dear.
So Omer with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car, so he will not be able to get points for the McLaren team today. Godabo might be able to, but he's got some time penalties. Now Carwin Robb 1.5 seconds behind X-Gamer with 3 laps to go. This is going to be the battle for the lead. Carwin Robb on the soft tires that are wearing down quickly. X-Gamer on the old mediums that are also wearing down quickly. It's going to be the battle between the tire compounds, the battle between the Haas and the Ferrari. Who is going to win out with just 3 more laps?
Who's your money on, people? Who is your money on? Carwin Robb or X-Gamer? Who is your money on?
0.6 of a second now, almost down to half a second between the 2 drivers. I don't think it's going to be even close. If Carwin Robb sticks with it, he will be the winner of this race. But X-Gamer is going to do everything he can to hold that driver off. We're going to be coming to 2 laps to go this time. And it's going to be a DRS zone down the front straightaway to boot. Let's see if Carwin Robb can stick it to X-Gamer and get around him for first place. X-Gamer protecting that inside line, doing everything that he can, trying to break that slipstream. Lap 28 of 29. They charge toward turn number 1. And hard on the brakes is Carwin Robb. Hard on the brakes is X-Gamer. X-Gamer is going to have to run the 2 best laps of his life. Not just the race, but of his life. If he wins this race, that's all that he's going to have to do. It's easier said than done, though, because here comes Carwin Robb. That's not a good overtaking opportunity, and Carwin Robb knew that. He backed out of it just in time. Through the S's, though, you're going to have to be very careful. Do not bend it now to either of you. You have everything on the line.
It's the battle of the tires, battle of who saves the earns more, battles of driver perseverance, battle of the 2 of the best today. It's all down to these 2. Who is going to get the victory at the first race of the season?
The DRS helps Carwin Robb, but does not assist him enough. I think that Carwin Robb's tires are starting to reach the end of their life. They got 7 laps on them. At the end of this race, he'll have 8 laps on those tires. It's just within the window. He is okay, but he is at the end of that window where the medium tires have a little bit of life left in them, and that might be X-Gamer's saving grace. Coming around the final corner, this is going to be the final lap. 1 more chance into turn number 1 for Carwin Robb. He might be able to get it with that DRS, but X-Gamer is throwing a block on him and protecting that inside line. Carwin Robb goes around the outside. He clears him, and now X-Gamer can use that slipstream to stick with Carwin Robb. Will he be able to send it into 1? No, he will not. Carwin Robb will hang on to it for now.
X-Gamer needs great traction out of this corner. He needs it. And he doesn't get it. Carwin Robb is safe.
At least for now. There's a few more opportunities left, but X-Gamer's chances are dwindling. 14 laps on those medium tires versus 8 laps on the softs. Through the S's, Carwin Robb increases the gap, now 0.7 of a second, almost 0.8 of a second. X-Gamer, he is going to be severely disappointed. He probably already is, but it's not over yet. They're only in Sector 2 through Turn 10. If X-Gamer can get a good run down this straightaway, he might just have a fighting chance, but he didn't. He didn't do it. No DRS. He does have the DRS. He does have the DRS. He will be able to gain a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's 0.9 of a second separating these 2 drivers. Carwin Robb is going to have to make a mistake if X-Gamer is going to win this race. All Carwin Robb has to do is not get a time penalty. I don't know how he is on the warnings, so this is going to be a very eventful final corner for Carwin Robb. He qualified in second. He led early on. He has had to deal with a lot of disaster and a lot of stress, but out of the final corner, it's going to be the Haas of Carwin Robb that wins the GP2 season opener. X-Gamer in second, Morris rebounds to third, but Cassidy gets it after time penalties, then Maxelrus, chain game wow, Morris winds up in sixth, Calvin Racing after a disappointing contact with McCauley will finish in seventh, McCauley in eighth, ninth is Kara, 10th is Sonicock, rebounding to a point paying position. Good job to Sonicock.
What an opening race for GP2. That was absolutely unbelievable. 10 out of 10 for every single driver that competed. That was one of the most eventful opening races I ever called. I don't know about you two, because you commented on so many other races, but that was so action-packed.
That is probably the second or third most eventful race I've ever called, and this one did not disappoint. Even though it's the second or third, it's just as satisfying as the first.
But congratulations to Carwin Robb. And the funny thing is, Morris actually overtook Cassidy on the final corner, and due to the time penalties, it didn't happen for him. So very tough break there for Morris there.
Yeah, very tough break indeed, and it's such a shame because he was able to finish in third, but as you said, after the time penalties, he was just gone, down to sixth place. He lost 3 positions. That shows just how close it was. So
wow, what a race.
So we'll be able to talk to our top 3 finishers here in just a moment, that being Carwin Robb, X-Gamer, and the Alpine of Cassidy. But first, here are your official finishing results for the Speed Force Racing GP2 Series Bahrain Grand Prix. Carwin Robb in first place, X-Gamer in second, third is Cassidy, Maxelrus in fourth, fifth is Chain Game Wow, Morris in sixth, seventh is Calvin Racing, McCauley in eighth, ninth is Kara, 10th is Sonicock, Trench in 11th, 12th is Lozak, Ghost Cam in 13th, Gudabo in 14th, 15th is Omer. The McLarens, they had a chance at points, did not work out for them. Senna in 16th, 17th is Luke Bailey, 18th is Shoyab, 19th is JD Gillay, and Stocksy 9 in 20th place in the Williams. A very eventful race.
Just adding them in now for you, buddy.
Awesome. Very eventful race to talk to our top 3 finishers now. And we have to choose a driver of the day, and that's going to be
good luck. Wow. I think my driver of the day would definitely have to go to Calvin, because the moves he was making in that race was unbelievable. I think if I was going to make any driver of the day, I would definitely give it to Calvin, just for the moves he was making in that race.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm also thinking maybe X-Gamer as well, because it just seemed like he came out of nowhere and he held his own against Carwin Robb until sadly the final lap.
Wow. So yeah, comments in the section below, guys. What do you think of that race? That was unbelievable. Hello, Cassidy. Hey, apologies for the swearing, guys. You can tell the drivers are very tired out. But welcome to the podium. Welcome to the podium, Cassidy. Congratulations. We'll interview you very soon. Carwin Robb, welcome. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Just waiting for X-Gamer.
This is
tough one, my boys.
And listen to those drivers. They are wore out. And people say that sim racing is just people driving around having fun. No, league racing is definitely very competitive, and you can hear it just with their breaths. They are absolutely wore out after that race.
So Tim, you want to do your very famous allow your voice to be shared bit?
Yes, is X-Gamer in here now?
I don't think he is yet. I'll pass him a message.
Alright, well, for the time being, for the rest of our drivers. If you haven't already done so, please allow your voice to be shared. If you don't know how to do that, please go over to the party settings, click always allow. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, so we will start with our winner of Carwin, Rob. What an impressive race from you. You qualified in second. You had a very tight battle with Lozak, and you were one of the fastest cars on the grid today. What were your expectations going into this race, and did you exceed them or did you meet them?
A win. I was definitely expecting a win. Because for a lot of the time at the time trial yesterday, and after the win last season in the last race, that was definitely a confidence boost. It definitely met my expectations, and I'm happy with it.
So you were going into this race and you pretty much knew that you were going to have a car to beat and that they were going to have to go through you to get to that first spot on the podium.
All I gotta say is Haas is the fastest car. So yeah, if you give me the fastest car, I'll win.
Well, congratulations, Carwin. Oh, go ahead, Oliver.
The question for me, how do you find it out there? Because that looks very, very eventful race out there. Loads of battles, loads of overtakes. You had to really push for it today.
It was really tough. I think from lap 1 to lap 29, it was just constant battling. It was really tough. One of the toughest races I've had.
How do you feel about How do you feel about for Spain?
Oh, I hate Spain. Well, I said I hated this track and I won. So, we'll see.
So you're probably going to hate every track now, aren't you?
Yeah, I should just say that before every race.
Well, you already got Spain covered, so if you win in Spain, then that solidifies it.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you, Carwin. Rob, we'll go ahead and talk to our third place finisher. It was Cassidy in the Alpine. So, Cassidy, you seem to have had a very eventful race, especially there toward the end when you were battling for the final spot on the podium. And you actually got it because of time penalties. Morris was actually the one who crossed the line in third, but you were the one that jumped up there to get that final spot. So were you expecting a podium going into this race? Now tell us about the first safety car restart. Do you think that it notified the drivers a little bit too late? Because it definitely notified us commentators too late.
Oh, Lozak. Lozak was leading on that one. So how do you feel about because last season you said at the end of last season I said I was too slow GP3, and now look at you now, third place on the podium. You could ask for a better start for the season. And the race itself, you must have gone to. We saw you with so many fights out there. Is this one of the closest fields you ever raced with? And the Spanish Grand Prix coming up.
Well,
So,
oh, go ahead, Oliver.
I just got a few comments on Discord that he's muted on my view. I don't think he's muted. I think he hasn't shared his audio. I think P. Doran. Never mind. Well, I think we can recall what you're saying now. We can say that we can recall that you said it was a very tough field. You're aiming for a top 5 for Spain, and he's very, very happy with his P3. So yeah, massive congratulations, Cassidy. I'm really happy for you to get this P3. Congratulations.
Yep.
Oh, please watch it back, because it was one of the most entertaining races we ever called.
Yeah, it was the perfect opening to the GP2 season for Speed Force Racing. An amazing Bahrain Grand Prix. Do you have any closing thoughts, Oliver?
Oh, if GP2 is like this every single week, then count me in. Count me in.
And I think that I have to echo that sentiment exactly, Oliver. This was such an entertaining race. We saw wheel-to-wheel racing. We saw barge board banging. We saw spins. We saw contact. We saw close, tight racing without any contact. Pretty much everything that you could have seen in a race, we saw, including a Haas victory, which says something in its own right. But in the hands of Carwin Robb, Haas is fast. And it has been proven today. That is all the time that we have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to all the drivers that race with us. Congratulations to our podium sitters. And until next time, good morning, good evening, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. Have fun, and goodbye.
Cheerio.